Alright, Lazy Butt Studios here, and today we're going to be reviewing Volume 12 of Invincible, Still Standing. Now, it's one of my favorite volumes ever, alright? It's gritty, it's amazing, it has so many things that branch out to other subplots later on in the story. But, the one thing that makes this volume the best volume for me personally is Conquest. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is going to be a little mini series. I'm going to do my favorite volumes and review them. Now, what can I say about this? First, let's talk about the art. This is one of the grittier ones, and that's what I really like about it. I love this black Invincible logo, and everything looks amazing. It shows so much, and it really piqued my interest. Now let's get into the some of the panels. And luckily, I actually stumbled upon one of my favorite panels in the Invincible comics. This is beautiful. Just everything. I love all of the little shattered pieces from his goggle flying everywhere. It honestly is one of the best. Alternate versions of Invincible. Now this plot is really cool, but underused. It's like, hey, these alternate versions of Invincible attack, and then Invincible isn't even in the fight. Yes, I kind of like what they did without him even. There is going to be spoilers. So, click off this video if you're planning on reading it, and you don't want to get it spoiled. And I really, love this. Like, it is amazing. Now, and the colorist, oh man, the colorist on this is so beautiful. And, but it's like, hey, here's a little bit of these alternate versions of Invincible, and sure, they do branch out, and a lot of cool stuff happens with them later, but what we got now is not that amazing. They sort of gloss over it now. Look, day one. It should be here sometime. Well, all I'm saying is, look, one issue they covered this whole thing. I feel like with the Conquest fight, they covered that in 4 issues. They had the 3 parts, then the conclusion and the aftermath, or the prologue, the 3 parts, and then aftermath. Like, it was a big event, and if they would have done that with this alternate versions of Invincible plot, it would have been so much better. It has the potential to be really one of my favorite stories in Invincible, but sadly, it was just too short, and they only covered it in 1 single issue. It was a great creative way to bring back Angstrom Levy, and if you read the volumes before this, it has us guessing how and why he's alive, and what he's planning. But, wow, the build-up is amazing, the payoff is not that good. But I will have to say, one thing I really enjoyed was the, he confronting them, or Angstrom Levy. And then later in the story, when it actually does happen, like the alternate version of Invincible, it's a long story, but it does branch out, and then that alternate version of Invincible story branches out into another thing and another thing. And so, yes, great build-up, terrible execution. Now let's get on to the meat and potatoes of this. Conquest. Man, this guy is my favorite villain. If you saw my 8-inch mini review, you know I got the pin and everything, which I will be making a video on the 8-inch minis very soon. I'm actually doing a bunch of videos, because with all the holiday stuff, I didn't really upload, so I'm going to make a bunch of comic-related videos. Like, look at this. Oh, man. And then, spoiler, in Volume 14, oh, it's amazing. And I love some of these panels. Well, I love all of them, but like I showed you the goggles one earlier, it's just beautiful. And then, actually, this storyline has one of my favorite issue covers in the world. I really can't stress how amazing this is. I have to get this for my collection. And some of the splash pages are beautiful. Like, look at that. That is amazing. If you are not one for gore, though, this will be very hard to digest. Overall, just for Conquest alone, while the, I'm gonna run over everything really quick. Amazing art. The colorist who does this volume is so beautiful, and it really breathes life into it. Also, I'd have to say this is my favorite volume cover, and this also has so many great issue covers. Yeah, overall, amazing. The Angstrom Levy thing was built up really nice with suspense and mystery, but paid off very badly. So, I would suggest this one just for Conquest. And, yeah, LazyButt Studios, out.